Hey everybody, I got a quick video here for you today. Now I've been looking at a few different things, but I came across something today that I thought I would talk about. And I want to take you into a place in very northern Minnesota called North Hegman Lake. And this is in the Boundary Waters Canoe area. This is a massive area, many thousands of square miles in northern Minnesota. There are no roads up here. You are not allowed to have boat motors. The only way you can get around is by canoe. And I was up here a couple times in my teens and visited this area here. And this picture shows, you can't see it very well, but this is the Hegman Lake Pictographs. And I made a video a couple years ago about the Boundary Waters, just some pictures to some music. And I included a picture of the Hegman Lake Pictograph. And there are hundreds of pictographs in the Boundary Waters canoe area. There is a great tradition of ancient people living there. But when I made this video, I really didn't know a lot about Native American symbology and symbology in general. Not nearly as much as I know today. But when I looked at this video today, I just happened to peek at it. And something really stood out at me. And I wanted to read some what people had to say about these. And it was just kind of general. This is from Wikipedia, and this is kind of like what all the articles I read were like. It said the Hegman pictographs are a well-preserved example of a Native American pictograph located on North Hegman Lake in the Boundary Waters canoe area in northern Minnesota. And an interpretation, it says, the panel shows a human figure in an outstretched arms posture standing near a animal with a long tail, possibly a dog or a wolf, and a remarkably well-drawn bull moose. And it also has horizontal lines. It has depiction of boats and some dashes and a cross. And what this actually represents is quite clear to me. And just wanted to show this figure with the outstretched arms. This has a definite representation to many Native American tribes. I talked about in my video the Blythe and Talios and Serpent Mound video, and I will leave the link for this below. But this outstretched guy with the outstretched arms is called Misamo. He represents the constellation of Orion. This is exactly what is depicted up here in the Boundary Waters. And these 7 dashes over his left shoulders, that obviously to me represents the Pleiades, with the 7 stars here, the Pleiades, and it is located right over this. Here is a depiction of Orion with outstretched arms, and it appears right over the left shoulder of what a lot of Native American tribes depicted as Orion with outstretched arms. So I think we have a definite connection to these tribes really all over America about 1,000 years ago that honored Orion as a place of the afterlife and honored it in a certain way. These boats, these are not Native Americans paddling around the Boundary Waters. This is the soul's journey to the afterlife. And here are some other pictures of or drawings of pictographs found in the Boundary Waters, and here in the middle is the hand, and the hand represented Orion to a lot of Native American cultures. But here is what that whole pictograph looks like at Hegman Lake, and here you have a straight line at the bottom. Now that obviously represents the ground, and then you have the guy with the outstretched arms that represents Orion. The 7 dashes over his left shoulder represent the Pleiades. We have these boats depicted up here, and just like in ancient Egypt of the solar boats going across the Milky Way, traveling across the Milky Way to the afterlife, I think that is what is depicted here. We have a cross up here. The cross has even been associated with Orion, and that goes all the way back to Constantine. But I just think we have symbology here of the afterlife, solar boats, Orion, just like in ancient Egypt. And this was pretty common from 1,000 years ago, from the mound builders and all the way down to California. And I believe who was ever coming out of Mexico, carrying on the Mayan tradition at that time. But just wanted to look into these pictographs. I think it tells a story. Hope you thought it was interesting. Have a nice day.